would like to start today's reflection with a short story. In a small Mediterranean village, right in the middle of the town square, there stood an old olive tree that had been there for centuries, long before there were roads or even a church. The villagers call it the witness tree because it had seen everything: weddings, funerals, newborns, homecomings, even wars and peace celebrations. It was like part of the family. One year, the developer came with big plans to build a shopping mall, but the tree had to go. Many people were excited about the idea of progress and jobs. But one old man, Elias, stood up and said, "You can build many malls, but you can't plant a tree that has prayed with us for generations." So his words struck a chord, and the villagers changed their minds. They kept the tree, and instead of a mall, the developer surprisingly offered to fund a community garden around it. It became a place of peace and gathering. Children learned how to grow things, neighbors shared stories, and the tree stood tall, as it always had, sheltering the life around it. Years later, a young boy asked Elias, "Why do you fight so hard for that tree?" And Elias said, "Because it reminded me of the cross, rooted in the earth, reaching to heaven, and giving shelter to all who come near." Today, we celebrate the feast of the Exaltation of the Holy Cross, a day when we lift high the cross, not as a symbol of defeat, but of victory, healing, and love. And this year, we do so with a special focus: peace with creation. And I think we might wonder, what does the cross have to do with the environment? What does Jesus dying on the wooden cross 2,000 years ago say to a world facing pollution, climate change, and disappearing forests? So let's go back to the first reading. The Israelites are in the desert. They are complaining, they're tired, and they're suffering. And God tells Moses to raise up a bronze serpent on the pole. When the people look at it, they're healed. That's a strange way to bring healing, isn't it? But it's a powerful symbol, something lifted up that brings life. And in the same way, I think Jesus was lifted up on the cross, not to punish us, but to heal us. And healing begins when we recognize the wounds. The truth is, our planet is hurting. We see it everywhere. Forests being cut down, oceans filled with plastic, animals going extinct, the climate growing more extreme, and millions of people displaced and put at risk of famine, violence, and ills. Pope Francis, in his letter Laudato Si, said something very honest. We've treated the earth like it belongs to us, like we can take whatever we want, whenever we want, and it's catching up to us. But here's the good news. The cross is not just a reminder of death, it's a tree of life. It shows us a better way to live, to behave, because it's rooted in love. Its arms stretch wide to include everyone and everything: people, animals, rivers, forests, the air we breathe. It invites us to live differently. And that's what I think peace with creation really means. Not just don't pollute or recycle, but learning to live in harmony, like we're part of the family of creation, not its boss. So on this Sunday, I think we can ask ourselves, how do we exalt the cross today? Not just by putting it on a wall or carrying it in a procession, though those things matter. We exalt the cross when we live like Christ, when we choose kindness over convenience, when we care for the garden or clean up a beach, when we shop thoughtfully, walk instead of drive, plant a tree. Also, I think we see God not just in church, but in creation. In a bird's song, a child's laughter, the shade of a tree, and separated families reunited. And let's remember this: the cross or the crucified Christ is not the end, it leads to resurrection. Even now, there are signs of new life. Young people picking up for the earth, communities picking up or switching to renewable energy, churches starting green ministries, farmers bringing life back to damaged land, and neighborhoods protecting and standing up for migrants and refugees. These are little resurrections, new life springing up from love and sacrifice. So, my dear friends, let's live out the cross today, not just with our voices, but with our lives. Let it root us in humility. Let it lift our hearts toward hope. Let it stretch our hands out in love toward our neighbor and toward the earth. And may the Christ crucified teach us this, that real peace isn't just the absence of conflict, it's the presence of love, justice, and care for each other and for all that God has made. Amen.